Alright, what's up everybody? I'm going to try to do a time lapse here of this poor little Mazda we're working on here. It got a hole in the transmission somehow, kind of a little bit of a mystery here. But y'all can see right here, I'm trying to shine it up on there. It's got a nice little hole in the transmission. Alrighty, see there, just cratered it. So this is kind of going to be done on a tight budget, which generally speaking I don't like to do, but I mean, you know how these things go. So I got this new transmission here from LKQ here. Interestingly enough, this is my second one that I got because the first one I had to send back because it also had a hole in the transmission. So I don't know if these transmissions are just a little fragile or what it might be, but in any case, this is the second one, and it actually does look a whole lot better than the last one they sent me. So I just drained the fluid there. Got the pan all cleaned up over here, and then we'll be ready to rock and roll on this poor little guy. I already drained the coolant. I got the air box out just about 5 o'clock on Friday. But we're here. We're gonna get after it. I hope to do a little time lapse here. Let's see what a good angle would be here. All right. So we're gonna do a little work here. All right, let's get after it. First thing is we'll empty out this coolant. Put this pad in there because it kind of drips down from on high. So if you guys don't know what these are these anti-splatter mats you can get from Lyle. So everybody sells them. All right, shine a little light on the situation here. I'm going to try to take this down all as one unit, so I might just start taking a few things off, these pans and stuff, but should be kind of straightforward. Disconnect everything, probably do an evac and recharge, pull out the lines, drop the whole thing down as a unit. Doesn't look like it'll be a huge deal. I'm going to drop it down because I think I'm going to start from the top just to assess the situation. I might move you guys up over here. Maybe this will be a better angle for when we drop it down. Alright, so let me just show you guys in here real quick. It looks like this harness is going to come off of here, off of the fuse box. It seems like pretty easy. We got some kind of, probably for there's something in there. So we'll just take these connections off, take that guy off. This harness should just flop over. I disconnected these guys already. Shoot, pretty cake. All right, let me show y'all something here real quick. We haven't even really gotten to this one, and you can see it's already leaking. They get so darn rusty that you just look at them wrong and they start leaking. All right, pretty much got all this bottom stuff taken apart. It's just an absolute mess of hoses, cooler hoses and stuff like that. Half of them are all rotted away, rusted through and everything like that. So now I'll just go top side and pull the fan out from the top. While I'm standing here, let me interject real quick. Shout out to all the tool companies. If Harbor Freight makes the most useful or top of the list hose pliers, that means Snap-on, Mac, and Matco, you guys need to step your game up. I got these, this is junk. Look, it says right there. It says right there the quality. It's not going to zoom in now, but right there, China. These are Blue Point. I've had these warranted a bunch of times. Just garbage. So somebody, Snap-on, anybody, make a better hose plier. And while I'm on the subject, I got this little. I bought some tool from this company, which is Trick Tool. I don't know if you guys have heard them. They make fabrication stuff. But I just saw that little quote on there. I thought that was really good. You can tell your sweetheart that, your wife, significant other. You know, why you buy so many tools, right? All right, so let's get this thing back down. We'll pull out the fan from the top and we'll go from there. All right, so we got everything here pretty much disconnected. All the heater hoses and all that. The fuse, the wiring. I'm just gonna take out this fan now, just to give us a little more clearance, and that way we don't do any damage to anything as we drop it out. I got the machine evacuating the AC right now. so we got everything mostly taken off from right here. I'm just gonna lower it down at the bottom of the fan. We'll pull out the fan, pull out the AC hoses. The machine is just about done vacuuming anyway. So perfect timing. Let's move you guys over a little bit so you can get a better shot here and not get rained on by all this coolant. Maybe that'll work there. Yeah, that should work. All right. Put this guy here. All right. Did pretty good. Here's a big old complex. It gives us a lot more room to drop it out the bottom. And to pull these AC lines off. And shoot, we're pretty close. Alright, so I guess this is stage, what, 3 maybe, suspension stuff? It's the easiest stuff, so I usually like to save the easier stuff for last. After this, all I gotta do is pull out the steering shaft, and I'll be ready to drop off the whole stuff. Let me get this stuff. The plan is to drop the lower control arms with the subframe, so I'll just disconnect the strut mounting bolts and just do that kind of stuff. Should go pretty smooth. Douse everything in a little bit of liquid here. So you can see. I like to pull these little clips just to give my caliper a little bit more slack. I didn't bother to turn the air compressor on because I don't want to be hearing this. We're going to try. Let's see if we can go the electric route. I guess I am one of the few outliers that would rather use air for the most part, unless it's an electric ratchet. These things are pretty cool, but so darn big, you know. All right, we'll hang our caliper up here, out of the way. Right, take the caliper off. Right. We'll see if we get lucky with this ABS sensor. Don't know if we will. The other side is torn up already. Do a little wiggle. Sometimes she comes in. I don't think this one's going to cooperate. Alright, so we're gonna go a different route here. I have to unclip it from up top because That little guy does not want to come out. It's closed, but it's probably got a ring on the inside or a groove worn into it. So we'll just go plan B. Luckily, there's always more than one way to skip the cat, so we'll just get it from the top. Pull this sensor down and then go from there. Not ideal, obviously, but what can we do? All right, these sway bar end links, I'm sure, are going to require a torch, but yeah, we'll have to wheel out the torch from that guy. First, let me see if I can. Cotter pins out without breaking them. Oh wow. This must be pretty fresh. Usually I end up having to drill them out. Alright. Looks like perhaps. And this is, aside from that speed sensor, this is kind of going my way. I have all these ball joint separation tools and they just sit in my toolbox collecting dust. I just use a hammer for it. All right. Don't forget to hold it from the back side too. Sometimes these bolts are cam bolts. These bolts where I have my wrench are cam bolts. But if you pull the nut off and there's no splines or the shaft doesn't move when you hold it, then you're okay to pull them out. I'll probably do an alignment on this at the end of the day. About it for this. put it out of the way because we're gonna have to torch this little guy just a little bit. Give a quick touch of heat. All right, that's the torch. Looks like I'm almost out of oxygen, so hopefully I have enough oxygen to knock this guy out. Get a big cherry there. Good. All right, my camera's almost out of battery, but that's it. We got this side off apart. This whole thing is gonna come down with the subframe. So shoot, we'll just go back topside. All right. Hopefully that's in focus there. I'm just gonna put this this hoist underneath this thing. Prop up underneath it and drop this engine down. Everything went pretty smoothly earlier. Nothing out of the ordinary. Just a few rusty lines. I apologize if some of the top stuff was kind of boring, but most of the stuff up there is just clips and wiring harnesses and plugs and connections, and you really don't use any tools except for your fingers. Not much to see. I also did have some grease on my head. I went in there to wash my hands and it was just a big old clump of axle grease, so in case you were wondering what that was. But we'll just push the hydraulic thing. I had to turn the compressor on, so excuse me if the compressor comes on. But the lift table is air over hydraulic, so it's got to have air. I always have tons of 2x4s laying around. Every time I need one, I can never find one. I knew I had some. Just cut these fresh 2x4s. do nicely. And we may as well use air now since we got the air. One, two. Always watch out for these frame studs. It seems like sometimes they have water from when the vehicle was made, and shoot, it'll splatter in your face. Especially the Nissans, it seems like. That one just did it. See, it's like water from Age of the Dinosaurs. I'm gonna take some of this tray stuff off. Looks like mine a little bit. All right, take two on this one. I got it to this point right here. I actually dropped it down. I loosened those motor mounts up top, got them out of the bind, and everything seems pretty good. I had the radio playing like a dingus, so now I kind of forgot, and halfway through I'm jamming, and the thing is halfway down. So we should be good from here. So just hang tight and bring it all the way down. There's a little trim here, but it's going to be getting in the way. Sideways. Doesn't look like anything's hanging up, so clear. You disconnect these wiring harnesses and they still manage to get stuck on something. Easy peasy, that's all she wrote. So came down, this table's pretty slick. I've used it a few times now. No real problems. It works pretty good, really smooth. That's what I like. Sometimes they're like all jerky and you know they get air pockets in them, especially when they're air over hydraulic, but this one's pretty smooth. If you look down at the table right here, you can see it kind of bent a little bit. I don't know if I might need to replace that or reinforce it. You know, I do have a plate of 3/8 mild steel that hot rolled steel that I might use, but that's for a later project. But you can see we got her down. Now we just gotta separate the transmission from it, but we'll do that on the fab table and put the new one in and put it all back together. All right, so we finally got this little Mazda all set here. We got everything put back together, obviously. Got all the fluids. It's already been heat cycled once last night. We took it for a test drive. Put some miles on it, made sure everything was all good. But she actually drives pretty darn good. I'm going to recommend he come back for a transmission flush in a little bit just to make sure everything is good. All the fluids are good. Everything went on nice and smooth, so we're pretty happy there. We're just going to wipe it down a little bit and, send her on her way. But let me just fire it up here. Everything does run pretty good. You can see that it's got some ABS lights on. It's severed part of the collateral damage on there. It's severed a wheel speed sensor on this left corner when the axle broke. So, but other than that, drives really well. He's going to come back for that. I think next week maybe get that done. But other than that, she drives really well. So glad to have this all buttoned up and ready to ship off to a pretty excited customer and have this thing back. All right.